Shalom, Chavarim. It says I'm live. Let's scroll down and see. Am I there? Oh, good. Here we are. Oh, Candace, I saw your comment about how good it is to see all these familiar names that we know in the family that are not of the flesh. We're here in the Ruach. Praise Abba. And it is a joyous thing to come together in Him. And I'm glad you're all here. Dave, Debbie, and Kaylee, I know you speak for the whole mishpacha, that you lift me and Vanessa up to Abba Father as we continue His work occupying here and hosting the mishpacha, the family of Elohim, as we press on toward that great day. And it's with extreme joy, extreme thankfulness, and extreme sadness all at once to let you know that our dear professor, Alan, has gone on ahead of us to the Shamayim. And as our brother, who probably wants to remain anonymous, was said, to prepare the classroom ahead of us. He's setting out the materials. And we'll be there soon. We'll be there shortly. And I thank you all for your love for all of us in Elohim, because it's not of the flesh. It's not love that the world says, oh, I love you, and then they go to do their own selfish thing. This is real love that's full of chedwa and the joy of Yahweh, to know that Alan is at total shalom. You know, he found so many things irritating on earth, like, for instance, dust. I share that irritation. And actually, I don't share it anymore because he's not irritated by dust anymore. Praise Abba for him and for his life. Amen. Elohim has increased our love for one another, Vanessa. Amen. Yes, it's sad news, and it's okay to be sad. I hope my tears help you cry and be okay with it. Don't let Hashatan steal your joy over your sadness. Don't let him steal your joy over your sadness. Okay? Because as we've talked about, joy is a state of being connected to the vine. It's not an emotion. Sadness is an emotion that Mashiach shares with us. He can relate to us. He intercedes for us when we're sad because he knows what it's like to feel sadness. And we won't have our tears totally wiped away until we're changed and we don't actually feel sadness anymore. We have our whole life experience, our whole nefesh with us, but none of it seems sad. None of it will seem sad then, because we'll see the goodness of Elohim in all its esteem. And I'm really looking forward to it, aren't you? Amen. Here, I got the paper towels back. I have apparently some strange stronghold against using tissues. I prefer the paper towels. Not for lack of my mom's raising me to use tissues. Hey, Mom. But you know, you remember maybe that I did the live streams and I had the courage to hit go when I got back from New Jersey, or maybe before, I don't know, but I asked Abba, if you want me to do this, please show me in this, you know, I need direction, I need confirmation that I should do this. And the verse of the day of Strong's, my Strong's app, was, do not forsake the fellowship of the believers. And it did it again. Yahweh used the Strong's verse of the day to encourage me last night when, you know, all I could think about was Alan having gone home, and at 7 p.m., ding, there was my verse of the evening. Tehillah, Psalm 4:8. In shalom, I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, YHWH, make me dwell in safety. And Alan has lied down in sleep. And YHWH alone makes him dwell in safety. So thank you, Abba, for that verse. That it could have been any verse of the evening, but it was that one. And speaking of sleep, you know, the first death is sleep, and it has no power over us. That's why the word calls it sleep, because sleep isn't permanent. We wake up. We go to sleep, we wake up. Oh, it's Vanessa, and this time I'm not going to hang up on her. Shalom. Here she is.
Shalom, sis. And shalom to all the mishpah. We love you all so much. And me and caregiver, you know, we've been holding on to this for what would you say, caregiver? It's been about over 24 hours now.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, it's been a little over a day.
And we're so grateful and thankful. We say to the Abba that He gives us the strength and the compassion and the increased love to come to you all, because this is exactly what this is. We are the Mishpah. We are Elohim, and His love for us and the love that He has increased inside of us grows every day, progressively, continually, onward. And like caregiver was saying, it is okay to be sad. It is okay to weep. You know, Yeshua, He wept for Lazarus, and He weeps for us. And He showed us that to be perfect servants, we have to serve one another. He washed the feet of those that He loved. And we wash each other's feet. So I love you so much.
I love you too, and you know, you can't read the chat, I guess, while you're on the phone maybe, but everyone's sending their love.
Yeah. And this is, you know, when I was in the world and I would hear about people falling in love that never met each other, you know, from other parts of the earth, and I'll be like, yeah, right, that's so fake. They don't know each other, really. But
Right.
This is a perfect example that you can, because I'm so in love with all of you.
Yeah, we do. We love you so much, and we love you too, Vanessa. It's real.
And it's real, and when I say that I love you and I love you deep, and I guess Abba was preparing me for this, because I would send Alan random messages, and sometimes he would reply, sometimes he wouldn't. And this just started maybe a month ago, and I would just be like, Alan, I just want to let you know I love you so deep, you know. And I know sometimes he probably would look at his phone and be like, okay, I love you too, you know.
Yeah, he was a guy.
But it's, yeah.
You know.
Exactly. But it's true. So, again, like caregiver said, it's okay to be sad, and like our, you know, beloved Mazako said, Michael Mazako, it's okay to be sad and filled with Hetwa at the same time.
Exactly, because it's just not the same thing.
I'm telling you, because yesterday and this morning, I was all over the place. I was happy one minute, the next minute I was sad, the next minute I was in deep prayer, and going into my son's room and kissing him, and, you know.
We understand.
So, I think what it is it's just, Abba is looking, those are the moments that he's searching for.
Yes.
When he's looking
This
for
is
those
it.
perfect hearts for him.
Mm-hmm. This is
And
it.
he knows that we are just pining to go. You know, we're pining to go home too. And when people pass away, it's not necessarily that we're sad for them, because they're in the happiest place ever.
Yeah, we're not crying for them. We're crying
No.
for ourselves.
Amen. We're crying for ourselves, because it's like, oh my gosh, I want to go too. I'm ready to
We
get out
want
of
to
here.
go, and we miss them for now. And
we miss them, right?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa, for calling in.
Oh.
And I'm sorry I silenced your call by accident last time.
No, it's good.
But next time we have a live stream study, you are going to lead us off, okay?
Amen.
All right. Love you, sis.
You, sis. Shalom.
Shalom. Oh, thank you so much, Vanessa. There was someone who said that she was new and maybe we didn't know her, but Marla, hi honey. Consider yourselves hugged. We do. Thank you so much. And as I was getting to that sleep, you wake up from sleep. So that's why we can be sad but full of YHWH, the joy of Yahweh, because we know that those who fall asleep in Mashiach will be waked up by that very loud trumpet that the Father will blow when he sends Mashiach to get his own. And that's the first death in the Word. When you read that, the first death, that's synonymous with sleep. And no, it's not, there's no soul sleeping our new people. It's, to die in the body, our mortal flesh, before he comes for us, as to be present with HaMashiach. So Alan's not literally sleeping. His spirit his Ruach is literally with Yeshua right now. And his parents, and possibly his horse Jingles, who may be white now. I don't know. I wondered if that would be the horse Alan would come back riding. I wouldn't be surprised. But about the sleeping, I was led to read some from 1 Corinthians 42 on to the end. The body that is sown is perishable. This body here is dying. The moment you're born, it's perishable and it's dying. But it is raised imperishable, immortal. It is sown in dishonor, under the curse of sin or going your own way. But it is raised in esteem. It is sown in weakness, but it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, but it is raised a spiritual body. If there is a natural body, there's also a spiritual body. So it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living being. The last Adam, Yeshua, a chai giving spirit. The spiritual did not come first, but the natural, and after that the spiritual. The first man was of the dust of the earth, this flesh, but the second man is of the Shamayim. As was the earthly man, so are those who are of the earth, and as is the heavenly man, so also those who are of the Shamayim. And just as we have borne the image of the earthly man in our flesh, so shall we bear the image of the heavenly man, Mashiach. I declare to you, brothers and sisters, that flesh and blood, this body, cannot inherit the kingdom of Elohim, nor does the perishable inherit the imperishable. Listen, I tell you a mystery. We will not all sleep, but we will all be changed in a flash, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, the dead in him will be raised immortal, imperishable, and we, too, will be changed. For the perishable must clothe itself with the imperishable, and the mortal with immortality. When the perishable has been clothed with the imperishable, and the mortal with immortality, then the saying that is written will come true: death has been swallowed up in victory. Where, O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting? The sting of death is going your own way, and the power of sin is the law against going your own way. But thanks be to Elohim, he gives us the victory through our Mashiach, Yeshua. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of YHWH, because you know that your labor in YHWH is not in vain. As you know, Alan delivered all of Corinthians, and I encourage you to go and listen to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, the latter half, as he delivered it, to celebrate his life in Mashiach, his chai, that he's experiencing at the highest, almost the highest level. I think the highest level will be when he's reunited with his glorified body, but he's almost there. He's celebrating, and he's free of pain, and it was great. He has been in pain for a long time and has pushed through it for his love for Elohim and his love for you and his love for delivering the word and accomplishing the mission that Elohim gave to him. But know that he did it at a price, and he was happy to pay it, joyful to pay it. But I'm really glad that he's free, and I know you are too. Excuse me. There are a couple of things I should cover. You know, here we are in this flesh still on this earth, needing to live and eat and stuff. But I just want to tell you, I've been talking with Della and Michelle, and they're so kodesh to Elohim, to Alan, and to this family. They love you so much and send their love. And they thank you for your prayers of thankfulness for them, because they are in the Word and they are kodesh to the Father, and they know that his timing and his plan are perfect, and they're walking in it in the strength of Mashiach. Praise Abba. But this ministry and the PayPal account associated with the ministry was to support Alan's life here on earth. And since he's home and totally taken care of, Michelle will be, as the executor, will be closing that account. But that doesn't cover the final expenses that are quite expensive. And I've been praying about this, and it's been a burden on my heart. And the Father, before I talked to Michelle this afternoon, laid it on me, a plan. He said, tell Michelle to open a GoFundMe page and link to it, and tell everyone it's not ministry, it's really his final expenses and what she needs to pay, because she really does need help. And he said to do that. So this is not Michelle's idea. This is the Father's idea through me to her, to you. So as you're led, we'll make, I'll make a video when she's done, and I'll link, put the link there for you, so that as you're led, you can do what the Father's leading you to do in that regard. Maribel, all my love to Della and Michelle, to you, Karen, Vanessa, and the whole mishpacha. Amen. Let's see. Oh, she wanted to tell you, she wanted to invite everyone to the services. And I said, I block wackos every day, and I don't think it's safe to put, those specifics on. And so forgive us, but we just can't do that. But she is going to do a celebration of life service, and she's going to record it, upload it to her channel, and when it's ready for all of you, we'll let you know and provide a link, and we'll fellowship under the comments under Michelle's video. Let's see, I've got my few notes here. I just want to make sure I catch them all, because, when you're sad, you can forget things. The Ruach just brought a dream that Alan had to mind. I was about to finish, and I know it's from him because it just flooded into my mind. But the night, July 31st of this year, Venus was totally eclipsed by the super black moon in the constellation of Cancer, which, as I understand it, represents the redeemed possessions of Yeshua. And that night, without knowing that, by the way, Alan counted on me to tell him such things, and I didn't. So he had a dream that he was in a waiting room, pitch black waiting room. Couldn't see his hand in front of his face. And he was sitting with his knees up and his elbows on his knees, and in that waiting position. And he said, he didn't share it because, the word does say that we'll be kings and priests, Melachim and Cowanim, but he didn't want to bring esteem to himself, but he had the dream, and I'm being led to share. So he knew he was a king, a melech. He wasn't told, he just knew. And he was waiting for the door to open and the light to come in. And anyway, that was it. And I know the Father just had me share that with you, and I hope it is a beracha, a blessing. And with that, I'll just say, as our professor always said, keep your wicks trimmed and your lamps ablaze. Shalom. Chavarim.